Namaste students. In the previous class, we solved some problems based on second order derivatives. Okay. So now we take one more problem in that is, suppose we have x is equal to a into cos t plus t sin t. Okay. Y is equal to a into sin t minus t cos t. Find d square y by dx square. Okay, if x is equal to a into cos t plus t sin t and y is equal to a into sin t minus t cos t, find d square y by dx square. Okay, in the earlier class I mentioned that to get up here this function is a parametric function, that means the function defined parametrically. So we have to find first dy by dx. Okay, that means you have to take dx by dt and dy by dt. Okay, so dx by dt, that is equal to a constant, keep as it is, derivative of cos t, that is minus sin t, plus here we have t sin t, t into sin t, product of the function, so we have to apply product rule. So u v dash, that is u into v dash plus v into u dash. Okay, so here t first function, this is u, this is v, so t u v dash, derivative of sin t is cos t plus sin t into derivative of t, that is 1. Okay, so we have a into minus sin t plus t cos t plus sin t. Here we have minus sin t plus sin t and minus sin t cancels, so we get a into t cos t. Okay, so dx by dt is a t cos t. Then what do you have to find? dy by dt. We have y is equal to a into sin t minus t cos t. So dy by dt is a into derivative of sine is cos t minus, we have to apply product rule, t into, here this is u, this is v, u v dash, that is derivative of cos t is what? That is minus sin t. Okay, minus, here we have product rule, so plus cos t into derivative of u, that is 1. Okay, so derivative is over, that differentiation is over. Then simplification, cos t, here minus plus t sin t, here minus cos t, so cos and cos cancels, so we are getting that equal to a t sin t, a into t sin t. So we got now dy by dt and dx by dt. Now what do you have to take? dy by dx. Okay, we write here, that is equal to a t sin t. Now dy by dx, that is nothing but dy by dt divided by dx by dt. Okay, so dy by dt divided by dx by dt, that is at sin t divided by at cos t. So here at and at cancel, sin by cos, that is tan t. Okay, so now we got dy by dt, that is equal to tan t. Next, once again we have to differentiate with respect to x. So d square y by dx square, already I told the formula, that is d by dt of dy by dx divided by dx by dt, because dy by dx is a function of t. Okay, dy by dx is a function of t, so we have to differentiate that with respect to t first. Okay, so d by dt of dy by dx and then dx by dt, then we have dt and dt cancels, you are getting that d square y by dx square. Okay, so this is equal to d by dt of tan t. Okay, dx by dt. What is dx by dt? That already we solved. That is nothing but at cos t. Okay, at cos t. Now, derivative of tan t, that is secant square t divided by at cos t. Okay, at cos t. So, 1 by cos is nothing but secant. So, this becomes secant cube t divided by at. Okay, secant cube t divided by at, that is second order derivative of this particular function. So, this is about the second order derivative, one of the important concept. Okay. So, important concept in derivatives. So, second order derivative. So, solve these type of problems. You take different problems. Okay. So, all types of differentiation is over. That means different techniques of differentiation we use, and also we find the second order derivatives also. Okay. So, see, first we use the product rule and quotient rule, and then that constant into function k u whole dash is equal to k into u dash. Okay, and then u plus or minus v whole dash is equal to u dash plus or minus v dash. All that rules. And one more, we added here one more rule, that is chain rule. Find the derivatives of different functions. Okay, so most of the functions we find the derivatives using these basic rules. Then we added some more functions, that is we got the derivatives of the functions which is defined implicitly, and we got the derivatives of inverse trigonometric functions. And then we got the derivative of the function of the form exponential function, where base exponential function where the base is a constant and index is a function. And also we have the derivative of logarithmic function, and also we got the derivative of exponential function where base is a function of x and also index is a function of x. Okay, in that case we took logarithm first and then we differentiated. That means we use logarithmic functions, logarithmic differentiation to find the derivatives of some particular functions. And then we use the derivative, when we find the derivatives of functions which define parametrically, and using all that methods we find second order derivative of some functions. So, these are all different types of functions we studied, and also the derivatives of different types of functions. Okay. So, we have to take now the last topic in this chapter, that is geometrical interpretation of derivatives. Okay. So, we have to take the two theorems. Okay. Theorems are, one is Rolle's theorem and another one is a mean value theorem. Okay. So, Rolle's theorem, that name comes by mathematician Rolle's. Okay. So, Rolle's theorem, what that states? Okay. That means, suppose you have a real function which is continuous in the closed interval a comma b. Suppose a function f from closed interval a comma b to r, okay, is continuous in closed interval a comma b. Okay. Suppose a function f, it is defined from closed interval a comma b to r, is continuous in closed interval a comma b and differentiable in open interval a comma b such that f of a is equal to f of b. Okay, three condition here. The function is continuous in closed interval a comma b, differentiable in open interval a comma b, f of a is equal to f of b. All these conditions are satisfied, okay, then there exists C in open interval a comma b such that f dash of C equal to 0. Okay. Suppose a function f from a to a comma b to r is continuous in a comma b, closed interval a comma b, and differentiable in open interval a comma b such that f of a equal to f of b, then there exists a point C in a comma b in the open interval. See the interval, in open interval there exists a point C such that f dash of C is equal to 0. This is Rolle's theorem. Okay. So then we have mean value theorem. We take the example after stating this mean value theorem. Mean value theorem. So this Lagrange's mean value theorem, we call this as Lagrange's mean value theorem also. What it states? Suppose a function f from closed interval a comma b to r is continuous in closed interval a comma b and differentiable in open interval a comma b, then there exists C in a comma b. There exists, okay, C in a comma b such that f dash of C equal to f of b minus f of a divided by b minus a. Okay, f dash of C is equal to f of b minus f of a divided by b minus a. So this is how we state Rolle's theorem and mean value theorem. Okay. So in first PUC we studied that derivative of a function at a particular point is nothing but the slope of the tangent. Okay, slope of the tangent. Okay, so some point, this at a point slope of the tangent becomes 0. Okay, so that is how we take Rolle's theorem. Here this f dash of C is equal to, this is nothing but slope of the tangent, correct, at a point C. Here f of b minus f of a by b minus a. F of b, suppose we take y is equal to f of x is a function. Okay, y is equal to f of x is a function. So this formula becomes in the form y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. Okay, y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. That is nothing but the slope of the line joining the point x1 y1 x1 comma y1 and x2 comma y2. So this is nothing but slope of the secant. Okay, slope of the secant, that tangent equal to slope of the secant. Okay, so this how we take how we get the mean value theorem. Okay, so this is mean value theorem and this is a Rolle's theorem. Now we take some functions to we consider some functions and apply Rolle's theorem and mean value theorem for that functions separately. Okay. See, before considering the functions, particular functions, we just take the condition, that is, see, suppose we have polynomial functions, trigonometric functions, and then inverse trigonometric functions, okay, algebraic function, then exponential function, logarithmic function. All that functions are continuous in the domain of definition. Okay, so polynomial functions are always continuous function wherever it is defined. Similarly, trigonometric functions are always continuous wherever it is defined. So there are some standard functions which are always continuous. Okay, so here to check the condition for continuity, we are not taking the definition, we just assume. Okay, assume that it is continuous function. Like that we solve for Rolle's theorem and mean value theorem. Okay, so we take first problem, that is verify Rolle's theorem. Verify Rolle's theorem for the function f of x is equal to x square plus 2x minus 8. X belongs to close interval minus 4 comma 2. Verify Rolle's theorem for the function f of x is equal to x square plus 2x minus 8, where x belongs to close interval minus 4 comma 2. Okay, so here first see this, we have to say that the function is continuous in the close interval. Then function is differentiable in the open interval. Then you have to find f of a. In the place of a we have now minus 4 and in the place of b we have 2. So see, this is polynomial function. So polynomial function, therefore it is continuous function. Hence it is continuous in the close interval minus 4 comma 2. Okay. F of x is a polynomial function therefore it is continuous in minus 4 comma 2. Now f dash of x you have to find, differentiate that. Derivative of x square is 2x plus 2. Okay, derivative of x square is 2x plus 2x we have, so its derivative is 2 and is defined in minus 4 comma 2 because it's a linear function, so it is defined in the open interval minus 4 comma 2. Hence f of x is differentiable in minus 4 comma 2. So two conditions are over. Now third condition, that is f of minus 4. F of minus 4, in the place of x you have to put minus 4. So minus 4 square plus 2 into minus 4 minus 8. Okay, so that is 16 minus 8 minus 8, that equal to 0. Similarly, f of 2 equal to 2 square plus 2 into 2 minus 8, that is 4 plus 4 minus 8, that is equal to 0 because 8 minus 8 equal to 0. So what we have? F of minus 4 equal to f of 2. So first we got the function is continuous in the closed interval, it is differentiable in the open interval, and f of minus 4 equal to f of 2. Therefore all the three conditions of Rolle's theorem is satisfied. That means here therefore Rolle's theorem is applicable. Okay, now we can apply Rolle's theorem to f of x above function. So what we have? Then there exists C in open interval minus 4 comma 2. Okay, there exists C in minus 4 comma 2 such that f dash of C equal to 0. Okay, f dash of C equal to 0. But what is f dash of C? That is equal to 2C plus 2 equal to 0. Okay, 2C plus 2 equal to 0. So 2C is equal to minus 2. C is equal to minus 1. See, f dash of x is 2x plus 2. But we have to take f dash of C. So 2C plus 2. In the place of x, we have to take C. 2C plus 2 equal to 0. So 2C is equal to minus 2. C is equal to minus 1 belong to minus 4 comma 2. Okay, belongs to open interval minus 4 comma 2. Therefore, Rolle's theorem is verified. Okay, Rolle's theorem is verified. Okay, so this is how we prove Rolle's theorem. So first you have to consider the function and you have to take show that it is continuous and differentiable, then f of minus 4 and f of 2. If that is equal, then Rolle's theorem is applicable, and then we have to prove Rolle's theorem. Okay, so this is how we take the Rolle's theorem. Next, one more example we take for mean value theorem. Okay, that is mean value theorem. Verify mean value theorem. Verify mean value theorem if f of x is equal to x square minus 4x minus 3 in closed interval a comma b, where a is equal to 1, b is equal to 4. Okay, where a is equal to 1, b is equal to 4. So mean value theorem. So first condition is continuity. Because it is a polynomial function, it is continuous. Okay, f of x is a polynomial function. Therefore, it is continuous. It is continuous in 1 comma 4. Okay, it is continuous in 1 comma 4. Then f dash of x, derivative of x square is 2x, derivative of 4x, derivative of 4x is 4. So 2x minus 4 is defined in 1 comma 4. Therefore, f of x is differentiable in 1 comma 4. F of x is differentiable in 1 comma 4. Then what do you have? Directly two conditions are holds here. Therefore, mean value theorem is applicable. Therefore, mean value theorem is applicable for f of x. Okay, mean value theorem is applicable for f of x. So what do we have? Then there exists C in 1 comma 4, open interval 1 comma 4, such that f dash of C is equal to f of 4, f of b. F of b is f of 4 minus f of 1 divided by 4 minus 1. That is, f dash of C is equal to f of b minus f of a divided by b minus a. So f of 4 is what? First f dash of C. In the place of x, you have to put c. So 2c minus 4, that is equal to f of b. Here f of b is nothing but 4 square. That means f of 4 square minus 4 into 4 minus 3 minus f of 1, that is 1 square minus 4 into 1 minus 3 divided by 4 minus 1. So here 16 minus 16 minus 3 minus 1 minus 4 minus 3 divided by 3. So here minus 3 minus of minus plus 6. Okay, 1 minus 3 minus 3, 1 minus 4 minus 3 minus 3. So we have minus 6, minus of minus plus 6 by 3. So that is 3 by 3 equal to 1. So what we have? 2c minus 4 equal to 1. 2c is equal to 1 plus 4, 5. C is equal to 5 by 2. That is somewhat 2.5. So that belongs to open interval 1, 4. See here, always you have to write open interval. This number belong to open interval. So that you should write appropriately. That means you have to write it as an open interval only. If you write close interval 1, 4, then it will be wrong. Okay, so you have to write open interval. Therefore mean value theorem is verified. Okay, so mean value theorem is verified here. So this is how we check Rolle's theorem and mean value theorem for different functions. Now we take one more example. Okay, examine whether Rolle's and mean value theorem, examine whether Rolle's and mean value theorem is applicable, theorem are applicable for the following functions. For the following functions. Just you have to check whether Rolle's and mean value theorem are applicable for the following function. Just application you have to check. Okay, so the first function is f of x is equal to greatest integer function x, where in the interval in 5, 9. Okay, in 5, 9, close interval 5, 9. So you have to check whether Rolle's theorem is applicable here. What is the first condition? That function should be continuous in the closed interval. But this is greatest integer function. We know that it is not continuous at all integral points. So this particular function is not continuous at x is equal to 5, x is equal to 6, x is equal to 7, x is equal to 8, x is equal to 9. Okay, so this particular function is not continuous at all integral points in between this interval, closed interval. So this first condition fails. So Rolle's theorem is not applicable. Similarly, mean value theorem is not applicable. Okay, f of x equal to greatest integer function is not continuous, in close interval 5, 9, because you know that it is not continuous at x is equal to 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That means all integral points it is not continuous. So therefore Rolle's theorem and mean value theorem are not applicable. For f of x equal to greatest integer function x. Okay, Rolle's theorem and mean value theorem are not applicable for this particular function. We consider one more function here. Okay, so the next function is f of x equal to x square minus 1 for x belongs to closed interval 1 comma 2. So now this is a polynomial function. So it is continuous in the closed interval 1 comma 2. Okay, so in the previous case first condition only fails. Here f of x is a polynomial function. Therefore, it is continuous in 1 comma 2. You can write it as f of x, or directly you can take that as x square minus 1. X square minus 1 is a polynomial function. Okay, it is continuous in closed interval 1 comma 2. Okay, x square minus 1 is a polynomial function, therefore it is continuous in 1 comma 2. Now f dash of x is equal to 2x. Derivative of x square is 2x and derivative of 1 is 0. Is defined in 1 comma 2. Okay, it is defined in 1 comma 2. Therefore, f of x is differentiable. F of x is differentiable in 1 comma 2. So the two conditions are satisfied. So what we have? Mean value theorem is applicable here. Okay, mean value theorem is applicable, but you have to take about Rolle's theorem. For that one more condition is required, that is, now f of 1 is what? 1 square minus 1, that is 0. F of 2, that is 2 square minus 1, that is 4 minus 1 equal to 3. Okay, so f of 1 is not equal to f of 2. Therefore, Rolle's theorem is not applicable. Rolle's theorem is not applicable, but mean value theorem is applicable. But mean value theorem is applicable. Okay, Rolle's theorem is not applicable, but mean value theorem is applicable here. One more problem we consider here. Okay, that is, next one, you take next problem, that is, if f from minus 5 comma 5, close interval minus 5 comma 5 to r is a differentiable function, and if f dash of x does not vanish anywhere, f dash of x does not vanish anywhere, that f of minus 5 is not equal to f of 5. Okay, prove that f of minus 5 is not equal to f of 5. So see, given the function is differentiable function, so if a function is differentiable, then it is clearly differentiable in open interval minus 5 comma 5. Okay, every differentiable function is continuous. Okay, every differentiable function is always continuous. So the function is continuous in the closed interval minus 5 comma 5. So you have to prove that f of minus 5 is not equal to f of 5. So we take the that contradiction part. If assume that this is equal, okay, if it is equal, first already continuous and then differentiable, then this is equal means all the postulates for Rolle's theorem are satisfied. So you can apply Rolle's theorem. Okay, if you apply Rolle's theorem, then there exists a point C in open interval minus 5 comma 5 such that f dash of C is equal to 0. Okay, f dash of C is equal to 0. But given that f dash of x does not vanish anywhere, which is a contradiction for our assumption. Okay, therefore it is not true. Okay, that means f of minus 5 is not equal to f of 5. So how we prove? Okay, assume that f of minus 5 is equal to f of 5. Okay, now given f of x is differentiable function, therefore f of x is differentiable in minus 5 comma 5. That implies f of x is continuous in closed interval minus 5 comma 5. Since every differentiable function is continuous, every differentiable function is continuous. Okay, so all the three postulates for Rolle's theorem is satisfied. That is continuous, differentiable, f of minus 5 equal to f of 5. Therefore, Rolle's theorem is applicable. Okay, that implies there exists C in A comma B, C comma here, C in minus 5 comma 5 such that f dash of C equal to 0. Okay, which is a contradiction, to the fact that f dash of x does not vanish anywhere. Okay, therefore our assumption is wrong. Okay, this method of proof we proved in first PUC. Okay, that by contradiction, therefore f of minus 5 is not equal to f of 5. Okay, so this how we get the proof of this particular problem. Okay, so we will stop here. You just take one homework problem under the second order derivative. That is, suppose we have y is equal to 3e to the power 2x plus 2e to the power 3x. Then prove that d square y by dx square minus 5 dy by dx plus 6y equal to 0. Okay, so this is a homework problem and we continue in the next class. Okay, thank you.